Welcome back, everybody. We are into episode number 30, painting all 50 of these nifty United States, and you're only going to get the first 30 seconds of the episode here. I don't know if we're going to get the rest because there was an error within the app, and I don't know if posting this is going to help me get it back, but here's the step-by-step as always, is tracing it off the map, cutting it out, tracing it onto a canvas, painting it onto a canvas, and you're going to see this come to an abrupt stop here in just a few seconds. I was editing the full-length video. This part had been deleted before I started editing that, and while I was editing the full length, it kicked me out of the app. I opened it back up, and this is what it gave me. So I'm going to post this, hoping that the full episode is up, and then here is at least the layout of California for you to enjoy. Alright everybody, welcome back. We are officially on to episode number 30 of painting all 50 of our nifty United States, and we're going to be doing California today. Now, I did miss a couple of little spots here. If you're wondering why we skipped so far ahead so quickly, if you've been here before, it's because that whole front section I normally do, where I trace out the state, cut it out, trace it out again, and then at the start of this painting, actually, this little layout that's already on here, I did it once, and while I was filming, it disappeared. It was no longer in the editing portion. I couldn't find it anywhere, and so I made you guys a cute little teaser video for California and the fact that you have to trust the process. And then I started just picking up the filming here. So I showed you where I trace it out for the map at the beginning, of course, and then I pretended to trace it on here after cutting it out, all the things that we normally do. And then just skipping ahead here, we're going to go ahead and get onto what we really came to do for California, because I did find this in my drafts. If you've seen the other video that does show you that front half, I was editing this and my app shut down, and when I opened it back up, this was gone and the other video was back. So we ended up getting everything back. It's just going to be in multiple parts. The inspiration for California, there is many things. So I threw in as much as I could and tried to lay out everything in a way that I thought would still be pleasing and not overwhelming with how many different things we're going to get in. Of course, we have some water right there behind this little hill. That's going to be our ocean, because I always think you got to think of the beach and the ocean whenever you think of California. And then some hills back here in the background. Don't worry, we're going to get that bridge back. Again, just the basic layout. Wanted to get a feel for where everything was going to be. Down here in the front, we're going to put a few little poppies. I know poppies have been on a lot of suggestions, so of course I'm going to throw some of those in here. And there's some people who were very adamant that there's more to California than the beaches and all of the other little things that go along with this. So we're going to throw some redwoods up there on the top of these hills. For some reason, it's just so fitting for me that there were all of these issues and errors getting California filmed and then getting it edited and getting it posted. Hopefully I get this posted, because I do have experience in California, and over the summers that I would go into California, I would spend time at a camp. It was a super great time, except the first summer I was there, I ended up with kidney stones and spent the first day of my little California vacation in the hospital with kidney stones. And the same trip, I think, it might have been the next trip, the next year, regardless, I ended up breaking my back, diving into a pool while I was in California. So I haven't always had the most easy, pleasant experience while in California. Things have been a little bit rough, so I guess the video being rough also is just so fitting. Other than the terrible injuries that I've had while I was there, I really enjoyed being in California. The nice weather, the environment, all of the things, the beach, the food. I found a couple places to eat, was great. And then, of course, all of the friends that were there were wonderful as well. This is a little bit of a longer episode than what we normally do. This is normally about how long the episodes are, but I got a couple extra minutes in here just because there's so many details, and I was able to film almost everything, so I wanted to include that for you to watch here. Lots of little detail on these redwoods, getting all the shadows in the background, and then of course getting some of these little brighter highlights up here in the front, and then I've got to go in with a highlight on the actual tree part so you can tell that they are a red wood. I want to definitely highlight out that fact. And then I put a lot of work in on these hills. I just couldn't get them quite right, and I couldn't figure it out. And so I went back in and I ended up making those front hills a little bit more level and pushing that other hill a little further back, which I think helped. And then putting in some little rocky shoreline here. Got to throw in the Hollywood sign. Quick shout out to all my friends out there in LA and Hollywood and Beverly Hills. I don't know if these are different places or not. Santa Clara, San Jose, San Francisco. Got friends all over California, so shout out to you guys. You're doing great. So proud of you. You're gonna make it. Just keep hanging in there. All right, going into some little details here on the poppies, trying to get these nice golden poppies that people were asking for. I also threw in a couple of little red ones just to have a little bit more variety and not be too blatantly yellow there in the front. And then, of course, we have to get our Golden Gate Bridge on here with our beautiful little red color and all these super tiny details that make this bridge what it really is. It is going to cover up a touch of that Hollywood sign, but that's okay because we can still see what actually matters here. And then, of course, it's time to go ahead and get this cut out. Now, there are a couple of tiny little islands off the side as well, so I made sure to cut those out and glue them up onto the map. As we glue up our full state here, I think California ended up turning out so well, but of course I want to know what you think. Drop comments with your thoughts, opinions, and what you want to see next.